ungrateful bastard! Right, go on then, fuck off, you fat bitch! And you communist cunt!
Sorry, strictly speaking, I'm not really a member of the...
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Oh, you've got your new suit?
Yeah, do you like it?
It's lovely.
Yeah, pucker, innit? Tough.
Like that tie, that's a nice touch. You must bring them all around like my wing, you must watch your hair.
Alright, Mum.
Everyone's got paper and pencil, right?
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
1 sec. I'll be right back. The 2 flavors of ADHD, you with your 4 pages of notes and me like, oh, fuck, paper and pen.
Okay, here we begin. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Our Flag Meets Fanfiction. I have taken over and completely ejected Carly from the picture.
He's tied up in Ringa's trunk.
Yeah, and it's really a bad idea because my trunk is one of those hatchbacks where you can like see in the window. So I'm going to get discovered really quickly. Today we're doing what I've been calling the Concast, which is a episode all about Con O'Neill. And Carly did an episode a little bit a while ago about Reese and all of his best clips. And I was, well, I'm going to do that with Con. Instead of what she did, which was taking just random clips of him talking and him being funny and interviews and stuff, we're doing Con O'Neill's roles. So I asked the fandom to vote and send me who their favorite Con O'Neill roles are. And then I did all kinds of math and figured out numbers and percentages and probably did too much math because I don't think I'm going to use all of it here. And so now what we have is a top 10 favorite Con O'Neill characters. And there were more than 10 that were listed, and I will get to those later, but we're going to go through here today, and we're going to play some clips, and we're going to talk about these characters, and it's going to be a super duper fun time. And this episode is coming out on Con O'Neill's birthday on August 15th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
He probably...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Excellent. Thank you, Marilyn.
Fantastic. No stopping.
Returning to the podcast, we have Tess, our resident sexy ghost,
That's me, very sexy ghost.
who is very normal about Con and Izzy.
Extremely normal.
Super
That's
normal.
why I'm here. I'm here to be the voice of normalcy.
The voice of reason.
Also returning, we have Irene Adler, who is a writer.
Hello.
She's part of the Daddy Gang and also a self-proclaimed unhinged concept.
That's me.
Yeah.
And very mediocre singer.
No, not at all.
That was incredible. That was spectacular.
And new to the podcast is Maou, who I said that really weird. I was just very excited. Maou. Woo! And Maou Makes Stuff is a multi-fandom old man enjoyer. And you probably know them as the Con filmography guy or the burglar from Watchmen guy on Twitter, which I think everybody will recognize the name Burglar from Watchmen because it's everywhere. And especially when Our Flag Means Death was really, really popping, Maou was like, I have a clip for that, for everything. Have provided so much of our viewing pleasure of Con O'Neill things. And we're eternally grateful.
Very.
As you can see, I enjoy Con the normal amount.
Yeah, the normal amount for us.
Definitely the normal amount.
Normal amount
I
for
enjoy
us.
Con O'Neill a non-prosecutable amount.
Exactly.
Yes. That's the best. That's the best one. And of course, me, Ringa-san, all-around fandom menace and con thirster. All right.
A wonderful human being. I love you.
Oh, I love you. Oh, you're so cute. All right. So let's start off with fandom news real quick before we get into the con stuff. So Christian's Ouija on Wednesday, he had a little video thing, which was supposed to be really short, but ended up being an hour. But it was super fun.
So cute.
Very sweet.
Mal, did you watch that?
No, I have not seen that yet.
Okay. It was just him talking about what happened in Raleigh, and he went through a bunch of the gifts that people gave him from the con, which was so cute, and just talked about how much he loves everyone. And then he answered a bunch of questions and talked about his book a lot and just basically answered everything anyone had to say, including someone told him to start a nasty rumor about Nathan. And he was like, I don't know what to say. I can't do that. And so someone was like, tell everyone that Nathan and Matt are married in real life. And he was like, okay. And then he started making up a story about how Nathan and Matt were married in real life. So that was fun. But he's adorable and I love him. And he said he's going to do another one after San Jose. So that'll be fun.
And buy his book.
Yes, buy his book. Irene, did you make the little thing with the glass in it?
I did. I made the
I
rocket.
saw it. When he showed that, I was, oh my God, that has to be Irene.
When these lamps arrived broken, I was heartsick. I was just heartsick. I was like, how dare you disrespect the revenge that way? And I did actually throw everything away. I threw away all the packaging. And then 2 hours later, I was like, wait, I can do something with that. And so my husband and I dumpster dived and got all of it out. And then we cleaned it thoroughly. So
good job. Yeah, that's
Very
fantastic. In Pittsburgh here, there's a lot of movies are filmed here, but they filmed the original Night of the Living Dead here. And the chapel that is featured in the movie had been really, really fucked up. And they were raising funds to restore it. And they were selling bits of it. So I bought a bunch of the bits of it and I made jewelry with it. So now a bunch of people have jewelry of the...
That's awesome.
When I was in grade 2, I was living in Pittsburgh for a year, and one of my classmates, her parents had been cameraman and makeup artist on that movie. And so the one time that I went for a sleepover at her place, their basement was literally just full of massive pictures of zombies, and I was terrified.
I love that. Well, there's a whole museum for it now, and they have a Living Dead weekend in the summer. Super fun. Let's see what else. So Time Bandits. I mean, it's been going for 2 weeks now, but the important episode came out. If you haven't...
I was hoping for a little bit more torture, like gratuitous torture, but my husband pointed out to me it was more geared towards family audience. Boo, right? Like,
there's enough for family audiences. Thank you
enough for
very
families.
much.
Show me what I want to see.
We deserve some horny torture.
Yes,
normal.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to write this myself.
But Con was amazing and super campy and adorable and delightful, and I love him
very much 1930s Hays Code villain from it. Yeah, and I really fucking like that vibe. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but I loved it.
He looked like he was having the best time of his life doing that. And that's the best kind of role where you can just be as over the top as possible and don't have to be serious or whatever. It's rare that
sometimes we want to watch Telstar, sometimes we want to watch some movie.
Right. Okay. And then Reese is in Edinburgh with the Cryptid Factor people doing the comedy festival. He's been posting lots of videos and pictures, so Twitter is real riled up. Go get him Twitter. And he's doing shows in London, which by the time this comes out will be over. So that is the weekly roundup. And then I forgot to put on my timeline what's the most gay pirate thing you've done this week, which is hilarious. But luckily I remembered it just now. So Tessa, do you have one?
It's been a quiet week, but I can pull something from the archives of my weird memory of shit. A few years ago, possibly 10 years ago, because what the fuck is time? I was in a production of a show called Peter Pansexual, in which I was playing the evil Captain Hooker.
Oh my gosh.
And in this show, I had a dance number because they very kindly took out the singing for me and just gave me a dance number. And in this dance number, I stripped completely nude, put on a massive strap on. It is a 12-inch long, bigger than my sort of forearm around dildo, generously contributed.
The professional.
Yes, generously contributed by my very dear friend who was playing Peter Pansexual, and who is, I think, the size of person who can use that without being killed. So good for him.
Good for him.
And so this is during the rehearsal process, and so I would put that on, and then I would pretend to peg one of my classmates or course mates, castmates. Jesus. So I would pretend.
Your classmates in the theater of learning.
I would pretend to peg one of my castmates. So we're rehearsing this, basically. We're just doing a full rehearsal of these various scenes, and we're upstairs in sort of the little cabaret where we're putting the show on, which is above a strip club. I fucking love that cabaret. And as we are rehearsing this, what we have forgotten is that at some point, somebody was getting hungry, and so they decided to order several pizzas. And so we get to the point where I am pegging my castmate. I've got him by the hair. I am just really giving it to him. And I look over just as the delivery guy with 6 pizzas walks up the stairs, turns the corner to the little cabaret, and just stops and stares at us.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about
Which, in fairness, he was very chill about it. And I feel like if you're a delivery person and you are delivering to that kind of venue specifically,
yeah,
you know there are a lot of options for things that you might see. He didn't seem disturbed. He did seem impressed by my tits, which was nice. But
Who isn't?
Yeah, who isn't? That's
Thank
probably not as the remember the pizza guy that brought pizza into the Oscars that one year?
Oh, yeah.
That guy was probably a little more surprised than yours was.
yes. Possibly. Yeah.
The most gay pirate thing I've done this week was go to Raleigh. And at Raleigh, it was an amazing convention. It was not quite as well organized as, say, SuperCon, but lovely. And it worked itself out. We did it. But I think that the event that I was at was when someone told Con they hadn't ever flipped anybody off before. And so he called everyone in the line to get behind him for the selfie and to flip the camera off. And of course, I'm going to run over there. I'm very biddable. And when I saw the photos later, it was really funny because everyone's got their hands sort of down, and I've got my hands as far up as they can possibly go. It looks like I've literally pulled a step ladder out to make sure my fingers are
that picture. If anybody has seen that picture,
extra.
Irene's the one in the back with the purple hair going, fuck you, real hard. You can feel the fuck you exuding from her.
I was channeling all of the fuck you I've held close to my heart, and I just let it out there. Felt very good.
Let it out.
I feel like the key to flipping people off is just like full commitment.
Being willing to go for it. So that was my gay pirate time. It was lovely. I had a wonderful time.
Love that. Maou, do you have a gay pirate thing that has happened to you recently?
I have begun rescuing plants again.
Oh yeah.
Maou, do you find them in the wild, or do you pirate them? Where do you get the plants from?
People often leave their dying plants outside, and so I'll rescue them from there. Or if we go to the store and I happen by the garden center, a lot of the time they don't take care of their plants.
Yeah.
Get them that way. But
that's cool.
One of my favorite pothoses is grown from a cutting that I stole from a corporate office.
Nice.
All right, well, my gay pirate thing that happened this week is super fun. Fucking Etsy took down my one Con O'Neill button listing.
Dicks.
They're such dicks about buttons. They took down the listing that had the one button was Con's tweet that says, dot, 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 slut. But that wasn't the problem one. I'm looking through this email they sent me, and they're blah, 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 violates maturity, adult nudity, and sexual content policy. And I'm thinking, what the fuck do I have that's got nudity in it or whatever? Here's a list of stuff that's not allowed. Pornographic content, non-realistic content, depicting sex acts. All the way down at the bottom, it says, and this is in my official Etsy email, so some lawyer had to write this. Sexual language referencing familial relationships, e.g., daddy's slut or choke me mommy. So I have...
So what you have to do is make that a stepdaddy pin.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's the daddy pin, just his shirt. And so what I did was I wrote them a fucking dissertation back. Went on Etsy and filled out this form all about what the word daddy means in the context of Con O'Neill and why this word and what happens in the show with the word daddy. And I was, read this, bitch. So
also, it is literally just a pin with the word daddy on it.
Yeah.
Any sexual connotations you are bringing with yourself.
It's literally a word for big purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Etsy just goes after random people at random times. It's crazy, but
Etsy has recently changed their policy on adult products, so they've made it so leather and BDSM gear is going to be allowed on there.
Stupid.
Which is so stupid.
It's weird fucking sanitization of space of this where they want to make them sort of all ages friendly, and that means that even the hint of adult sexuality.
Yeah.
And I'm old enough to have gone to literal sticky sex stores, and I will if I have to, but I'd prefer to have keyword search because it will get what I want.
So stupid.
Like, don't even get me started on every company trying to make every space kid-friendly.
yeah.
I could go on for hours.
God.
It's just so infuriating.
It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. All right.
Not kid friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Tuck those little ones in bed.
that's annoying, but it's funny anyhow. But all right, here we go. We're gonna get started with I call it the Con Ultimate Character Championship.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
All right, so I've told you, yes, I asked the fandom to tell me their favorite con roles. I've tallied up the scores and I have the numbers. We're going to go through the top 10 fandom voted characters. I'll give a brief synopsis, play a clip from each one, and then we'll discuss them and rank the characters based on a set of criteria. At the end, we'll see if our numbers match the fandom's vote. And then we'll compare it to Con's list of his top 5 faves that he gave me for this podcast. So, as we know, Izzy was not a part of this. I wanted this to be non-Izzy, all his other roles, because we talk about Izzy all the time, especially on this podcast about our Flag Means Death stuff. So we were just going to focus on his other work. For each one of these roles that we watch a clip from, we're going to score them based on 3 different criteria. So for each one, you're going to write down your 3 numbers of criteria, and then you'll add those numbers up and give me the total at the end of it. I don't want to know your individual scores for everything. Okay. Yeah. So
a numeric.
Right.
One number.
Yes. So that we don't have to spend the whole episode talking about numbers. You'll just give me one final total at the end. Everybody understand this? Yes. Cool.
And what's the scale?
Well, here I go.
Ooh.
All right. The scale is from 1 to 5. All right. And the 3 criteria we're judging on are acting swag, which is like line delivery, face acting, emotional sway. Okay. Scene presence, which is body movement, command of the room, etc. And thirst factor.
Well, all the thirst factors are a 10, even though you asked us to score it on 5.
Yeah. And honestly, like the acting swag too.
Correct.
That's the thing. Okay. I'm just saying you have to, we're going to rate them all. And I did originally have daddiness on this, but I figured that can basically go in thirst factor.
Thirst factor. That's a 10.
Okay. So yeah, for each of these, we'll write your score from 1 to 5. And when we're finishing each character, you'll add up your 3 numbers and give me the total. You don't have to tell me which rating for each thing individually. As we go along with each clip, I'll give some comments that the voters had on the roles. All these roles should be available in Maou's database, but I'll mention where each one is streaming at the time of this recording, which is August 2024. So if you're listening to this in the future, you might want to double check.
Good luck.
Yes. So a couple general comments I had when I posted my what is your favorite non-Izzy con character were, how many can we pick? How about the role he plays in my dreams? Fuck you trying to make me choose. And yes, which I think is how most of us feel about these things. So yeah, I'm going to read you a little synopsis of each thing. Number 10 is Terry from Bedrooms and Hallways, which you can watch this on Plex, Pluto TV, or Prime. And the synopsis is, a lonely young gay man joins a self-help group after a friend urges him to improve his social life. There he meets an Irishman who's just come out of a long-term relationship, and they discover that the Irishman's ex-partner was the high school love of the lonely man. The 2 men soon find themselves drawn to one another. Some of these synopsises I found tell some interesting things that don't really have much to do with the plot. It's funny if you know. So here we're going to watch this first clip from Bedrooms and Hallways.
I think Brendan's got something he wishes to share.
Brendan? No, I had a really great time.
Yeah, but aren't you going to share it with us, Brendan?
Oh, that was it, Terry. That was my sharing.
No, that was shit, Brendan. That was shit. You slept with Leo, didn't you? Did you enjoy that?
It's got to do with you, anyway.
Was he any good, Leo? I mean, did you let him fuck you or what? It just sounded like someone was being fucked.
How dare you speak like that to little prick, eh?
Come on, then!
No! Okay.
That was the best Wild Man weekend ever. Bloody noses, that's excellent.
Terry, would you like us to stop at a hospital to get it reset?
No, thanks. I'll do it myself.
Go on, give each other a hug.
No, I'm not ready for that, lad.
Okay. I have a quote from an anonymous person says they voted for 3 of his roles around this or before this era and wrote, "I'm in my young Khan era. I want to eat him up." And I think a lot of people feel that way about young Khan. So
I don't feel that way about young Khan. I saw this movie.
You need him to be daddy.
Time. I need him to be daddy. I saw this the first time with my high school girlfriend on VHS.
That's excellent. Yeah. I love that very much. If anyone who's listening hasn't watched this movie, this is the movie that has the infamous sauna scene where he's just got it all hanging out.
As one does in a sauna.
In a sauna.
He's just being realistic.
He's just posing very Greek god-like. It's delicious. So what do people think about this movie or this role? I was kind of surprised this really made the top 10.
I like the acting. I think the acting's good. I think he's got a lot of thrust to the acting. But personally, just with what that's a low thirst factor for me.
Yeah.
I find it very
he's
cute.
Baby.
Oh, yeah, he's cute little shorts.
But he's baby.
He's cute and baby,
shorts.
yes.
Very
little shorts, yes.
Little shorts and little leggies are out. I love
and he
them.
gets
It's
caught
great.
on a bush, and that's super fun. But he's not in this movie all that much. But he's not
wearing a lot. So
correct.
If that's your,
he's not wearing.
That's your jam.
Got the
this
sauna
is a good
scene
movie for you.
He does take his shirt off when they're in the woods. He shows off his leggies, yeah. And he's very funny in it, and in all the group scenes, I think he makes an impact for not being a main character or anything. He's memorable.
Yes, very good character.
Yes. I mean, yeah, it's very silly. The whole thing of this movie is very silly. And Simon Callow, I love him, but he's very goofy in this movie too. So, okay, go ahead and write down your scores for acting and scene presence and thirst factor. 1 through 5.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I did it out of 10. I fucked up.
No, go back.
Damn it.
Divide by 2.
You think way too much of me.
Are we giving them 2 out loud?
Give them to me, the total out loud. You can give them to me.
So I'm giving you a 9 for Terry.
Okay.
Because I think the essence is very good, but I need a little bit more hair on the chest for me.
Yes. All right. Maou?
11.
Okay.
I've come out to a 10.
Ooh.
I'm sorry that I have the low score here.
I feel we're all very much within the same range.
Yeah. Mine's an 11 also. So yeah, we're all very close to each other. So I just think he does a lot of good scene stealing in this movie. So he gets good marks on that one from me.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9 is Michael from Scarborough Hoy, which everybody loves.
Yeah.
It says, a boozy barmaid and her newly found gay friend quit London and hightail it to the northeast England on the lookout for sex and excitement in this multi-award-winning film based on Tennessee Williams' short story, 2 on a Party. This sensitive and finally very moving film both celebrates and challenges the usual relationship between the 2 characters.
Where was yours from?
The local mental hospital.
No.
I'm gonna wet myself.
Well, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach.
No, it's too far. I'll never make it.
It's idling around, yeah. Right. I'll come
So
on.
I'll come on. If I stay here,
It's on nights like this I miss my boyfriend.
I once told a boyfriend of mine, my boyfriend, that I wanted to go dancing. And he said, "Listen, love, you're no spring chicken anymore." Ever since then, those words keep going round and round in my head. I was 24 at the time.
What happened to him?
He ran off with another woman. What happened to yours?
He ran off with someone else. We lived with him for 2 years. But I knew he'd come back to me. And then one day he killed himself. If a car comes now, we'll both be killed.
Yes.
That is such a mood.
Yeah, so that is very, I love that clip because it has both, this film is very funny, but also very upsetting in a lot of places and super feelsy. He's so good at being sad and crying.
There's beautiful range in him because like there's a lot of humor and a lot of wit and a lot of mischief. But there's an ability, I think, to give that moment of sort of, he knows how to give a moment space.
Yeah. His timing is very good.
It makes it feels really visceral. It feels really real. It feels incredibly spontaneous as a result.
I love this piece. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's based on Tennessee Williams, and Tennessee Williams does beautiful queer stories. It's really beautiful that they have this really lovely, intimate relationship, but it's a relationship that's born out of this really deep hurt in both of these characters. And that it really shows that beautiful sort of longing that you can absolutely love someone that you can't be with, that's a mistake to try to turn it into something else, but that it's a mistake a lot of us have made.
Yes, that's super relatable. Here's a quote from someone online. "I love this film, the plot itself, that bloody friendship zone situation. I love the characters, both unhappy in their own way, and I feel sorry for them both. And the film's vibe, 90s as they were, fashion, music, and Khan's just heartbreaking here. God, he knows how to make a character empathetic without seeming whiny." And that's, this film.
I also love, too, that it's such a great commentary on it because the men that she's dealing with are just so awful that someone that literally is not into her in that way is still a better option than most of the men that she's encountering. It's just, you see him, he makes her coffee in the morning and he's nice to her and he takes her dancing and they're very good friends. And it's that sort of, especially back in the 90s when there was a lot of couples that you look at and think, why are you together? Do you guys even like each other?
I mean, you still think that. But I do love Michael. He's himself very thirsty and quenches his thirst whenever he can. And I love it. Yeah, get it, Michael, with them sailors. All right. Give me your scores.
That's a 15 for me, dog.
Woohoo!
Even as a younger, he's still very daddy. I mean, come on. We all remember the scene in the alley.
He's very daddy. And yes, he's very commanding.
I'm going to give that one a 15 as well. It's such a spectacular performance. And I mean, he's wearing a leather jacket. How can I complain?
Yeah, there you go. He is. It's Maou?
It's going to be 15s all around.
Oh my gosh. I only gave this one a 13. I feel so out of it with you. Oh, I don't know. And I do
Where did we lose points, Ringa?
Well, I don't know. I put one down, one less for thirst, and one less.
Okay, but do you remember the scene in the alley?
I did. I know.
Scene again?
Yes. No, I know. Just not as much in this one for me as some other ones. Well, let's move on to number 8, which is, it is surprisingly Fidel from Frank.
Oh my gosh.
That's not surprising.
Yes.
I love Fidel.
I love Fidel too. This fandom is a wild one. So
we're not well. It's okay.
Oh, I forgot to say, for Scarborough Ahoy, you can find that on YouTube. And this one you can also find on YouTube. It is a short film. Both of them are short films. This one's a little longer. And the synopsis is, caught up in a world he doesn't fit into, Frank tells the unique story of a lonely outsider who manages to find friends in the strangest of places. So here we go with the clip.
The damage is probably done though, isn't it? The worms are probably in there, eating away at your liver or your cock or anything else they can get their wormy little fucking teeth in. Never mind, Padre, eh? Better late than whatever!
Are you always so...
Oh, look, it speaks. So what, Frank? So honest, so blunt, so frank. Frank.
Sorry, Fidel. I need to go to the...
Oh, Frank! Where the fuck is this shithole exactly? Are we in France? Oh, say we're in France! Please, Frank, say we're in fucking France!
Yeah! We're in France! Do you like France?
Do I like France? Moi. Of course I like France. I absolutely love fucking France. And I absolutely fucking hate fucking England and everything about it, including the coastal resorts. I may be dead, Frank, but I'm not fucking stupid.
It's so much fun. So if you're not familiar with this movie, he plays a dead thing.
He plays dead. He plays dead. It's just a very lively dead.
Yes, it's quite interesting. If you've ever seen Khan from something where he looks like a clown on steroids from hell, that's probably it. He acts his ass off in this movie. And this is another one of those roles that I think was probably so fun for him because it demands you to be over the top. And how just amazing. I am still surprised it made it into the top 10, but he is very, very good in it. And talk about scene commanding. It's this thing where Han is usually like the shortest guy in the room, but makes it seem like he's the tallest guy in the room, you know? And he goes up to these tall guys and gets right up in their faces. And I just fucking love that. And
I love that energy.
He sure knows how to intimidate people.
Yeah, he's very intimidating. I love that too, because it's such just the look of the character is such a weird, queer, free fucker. And to look that way, I mean, the people that aren't watching it, he's got an oatmeal on his face and he's sort of half rotting.
There's a Joker element to it.
Yeah, it's you've got the Joker with an oatmeal mask on.
Yeah,
the look for me.
It's very chunky. There's a lot of texture. And
there's a lot of chunk,
white.
yes.
but the sparkly eyelids managed to stay intact.
And yeah, it's
did not skimp on the setting spray.
And yet very, very weirdly hot.
Yes. I think that's more the line delivery for me than anything else, but
I'm just a huge freak.
Yeah, that's fun.
So I'm most attracted to voices. And that character is very growly and very in your face and very Look at me telling on myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a conniption because it's, oh my God, he's frightening, but oh my God, his voice is so hot. Oh my God, his eyes. Oh my gosh, he looks so frightening.
The physicality is very hot too. You know, the way he sort of gets into the other guy's space. I mean,
He's backing him into a corner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm aware that that might not be hot to everyone, but it's fucking hot to me.
Really fucking hot. Because you have excellent taste.
Oh yeah.
And I saw pictures from it before I watched the movie, so I kind of knew a little bit what I was expecting, but it's just a lot. There's a lot going on. And just a warning for anyone who might want to watch the movie, it has gore and weird shit and some gross stuff. If you have a weak stomach,
oh no,
just be careful. Some people do, Irene, okay?
It's hot, but proceed with caution.
Yes, proceed with caution.
It's not fluffy.
Yeah, it's not the usual kind of bodily fluids we're wanting to see from Con.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, all right. Give me your scores.
That's a 15 for me as
Ooh,
well.
Look at you go.
I've come out to a 12 only because physicality hot, voice very hot, face. And
He's not giving face.
And Maou?
I can work with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Blindfolds exist for a reason, okay?
Exactly. So yeah, it's gonna be another 15 for me because I can look away. I can just listen.
About it. All right.
I can close my eyes. Jesus.
I gave him an 11 for this because the scene presence and the acting and all that is on fucking par, but not my type. Not that,
you're not so into necrophilia.
Not as much. It depends, but All right. So moving right along, number 7 is Ralph from Criminal Justice, which you can watch on Roku or Tubi. And it says, at the end of an uncharacteristic drug and drink-filled night out, 21-year-old Ben finds himself charged with murder and facing life imprisonment. Is this the first series that we have? Yeah, there have been movies, right? So, this is a 5-episode series and is about legal dramas. Here we go.
Has the prosecution drawn attention to the bruises? Did the expert make a big deal of it?
No.
How tall's your client?
5'7", maybe.
Build?
I don't know. He's a skinny kid. Thank you.
So, what are the chances of the judge allowing it in?
This late in the day? Yeah, 50-50 maybe. It's really good.
Well, you'll need time to digest it.
Judy Garland. She used to say it was impossibly hard to sing in front of thousands of people and then stop and do nothing. Play Carnegie Hall, standing ovations, empty hotel rooms. She couldn't do it. She couldn't come down.
Are you trying to tell me that my report on this dead body is your very own version of Over the Rainbow? And now you need a little company? Or am I completely wrong?
Ooh.
Wood.
Yes.
My.
So read a comment from Ari, also known as Ari Chooses on Instagram. Yeah.
Ari.
Ralph Stone is hands down my favorite lawyer on screen. Because I am a lawyer, I appreciate so much the way he tells his client and his colleagues the unfurnished truth. When I hear him say to his client that he didn't want the truth because he needs to be flexible, I knew that I would love that character and also the actor and writer, who is the most real fictional lawyer I'd ever seen. I'm not a lawyer, but I've watched many on TV. And yes, Khan is always such a good actor in these ones where he plays this snarky little, kind of an asshole, but with a good heart. And I just love when he puts on those little glasses. That's really exciting for me. And he's got a little bit longer hair here, and he wears some sweater vests and stuff throughout the series. So, it's got a little bit of everything. But I do love a good murder, crime, law procedural type thing. Think Law and Order, but a really long episode. So that's what happens. And the main character, the kid who's in jail, is played by Ben Whishaw, who I also love.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, lots of reasons to watch this show. What do you all think about Ralph Stone?
A little sad, and he's lonely, and I thought. But
yeah, sad boy. And Con does it so well.
The man wells up with tears so beautifully.
Yeah. And he does,
but in a way that manages not to be entirely pathetic, which is nice.
Unless he needs it to be.
Yes. And then, oh my God.
I love the pathetic guy as well. But
when he snibbles, it's a choice.
Yeah. Right.
It's a choice to snibble. It's one of many choices in his arsenal of sad boy.
It's this character is very straightforward about things, and he works really hard to help his client. And there's one scene where he's following this girl around trying to get her to tell him some information, and he like goes into this library and he's like, "Oh, it's you, like I didn't see you." And she was like, "Are you following me?" And he's like, "Yes." Like, it's so great. His line delivery is so fantastic. He does such a great job with taking a script and making it his.
It's true. There's some actors that I've always really admired that take a script, and no matter the quality of the script, they're always going to bring it up. And he's one of those actors that when you give him great material, it's going to be jaw-dropping. Yes. And when you give him mediocre material, it's going to be better than the material. And that's just a really beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah. I think he humanizes his characters so much.
I've watched a lot of really shitty movies and stuff over the years for my favorite actors. And, Con is not exempt to that. He has been in some things that are questionable. But
we love a questionable
we do love a questionable movie.
We do. But he's fantastic. He is a solid actor.
It's true. I've never seen a performance where I've thought, wow, that he really phoned it in this time. Every performance he's doing a great job. Yeah.
Oh, man. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So what do we think about Ralph? What are our numbers?
That's an 11 for me. Just because and it's a weird place. I think that he's a little bit less present in the scenes. He has a little bit less gravitas. But I also think it's the appropriate choice for the character. So it's not necessarily a flaw, but it is what it is.
I landed at 13 sort of for similar reasons, just because, I think he's acting within a genre, and he's doing an excellent job of acting within that genre. Right. But it's something where, and which again, I think that's an admirable quality in an actor, to be like, I know when I'm going to draw focus, and I know when sort of I'm here to sort of fulfill a very specific role in this piece.
That speaks to being able to rein in your ego. Yeah, because if you have to be the center of attention in every scene, you're probably not going to be real fun to work with.
Right.
Yeah.
Maou?
An 11. I agree with everybody else. He's very mild in this role, but not to his detriment. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, I was also an 11 for similar reasons. It's just, super duper, but not super duper duper.
He doesn't back anybody into a corner.
No.
That is really missing from this, honestly. I mean, hopefully.
Minimal growling.
There's minimal growling in it.
No shirtless scenes.
The backing into a corner was happening behind the scenes after that scene that we just watched.
Yes, that was.
But I feel he was actually the one getting back.
Exactly.
There's anything wrong with that.
Oh, no. Equally hot. He
was doing the back end for sure. All right. So for the next one, for number 6, I was really thinking for this that we would just do his on-screen stuff. And I didn't say that in any of my polls or whatever. I just said roles, and so I actually got several votes for one of his audio short story things that he did. But I also, number 6 is Mickey from Blood Brothers, which of course it is, and is one of his signature roles. If you're not familiar with this is the role that Con won an Olivier Award for and was nominated for a Tony.
And robbed.
And Rob. So it is a musical, and the synopsis is: after a struggling mother surrenders one of her newborn twins to her childless employer, the brothers grow up streets apart, never learning the truth. In the end, however, the separation of twins commands a heavy price. There's a lot going on in this musical, but it's okay. So the interesting thing about this is that the same actors play these characters at various different ages of their lives, and including 7-year-olds and stuff. And it is super fun, and Con has a super good time with it. So here we go with Mickey from Blood Brothers.
Blood brother? Mickey! Well, shag the vicar. What's wrong?
That sounds that funny swearing in that posh voice.
What posh voice?
That one.
Where do you live?
At least they look like...
My God, I only live just
I know,
here.
yeah.
That girl I saw you with, was that one of them?
Linda! Well, do you remember Linda then?
Oh, was that Linda? And is she your girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know she's one of them.
One of them?
Yeah, have you got a girlfriend?
Me? No. Oh, yeah. Look, you seem to have rather a lot of them. Perhaps you'd share one with me.
Yeah, one. God, they haven't even got one girlfriend.
But Linda, you
I know,
said...
she told me she would be my girlfriend. She keeps saying she loves me all over the place, but it's just difficult.
What?
I know he mustn't say that.
You must just go straight up to her. You ask her.
I know every time I see her, I promise myself I'm going to ask her. And the words disappear.
But you mustn't let them.
Oh, what do I say, eh?
Oh, Mickey, it's easy. I've read about it. Next time you see Linda, you stare straight into her eyes and you say, Linda, I love you. I want you. The very core of my being is longing for you. My loins are burning for you. Let me lay my weary head between your warm breasts. Oh, yeah. You see, Mickey, her eyes will be half closed and her voice may appear somewhat husky as she pleads with you. Be gentle with me. Be gentle. Shit!
Yay.
Adorable.
I do love his comedic timing is flawless, and
it's so
beautiful.
good.
God, I want to see him live in something because
I want to see him in theater so bad.
He's amazing, you know, on the screen and everything, but it's just something as a thespian myself.
Yeah. So
when someone loves doing theater, you can tell, and they just come alive on stage in a whole new way. And you can see that with Khan. He's creating these eruptuous laughter from the crowd, just little things and the movement about the stage, and those two really work off each other very well, and hilarious. I love it. And of course he gets to sing because it's a musical, and we love that too.
Do love a singer. I've always been a weirdo, and when I was a little kid I was pen pals with Peter Shaffer, the amazing playwright.
Oh my God.
Because I literally just messaged him, sent him a letter, it was back pre-internet,
Mm-hmm.
and said, I love Equus and I think you're a genius and I just want to talk to you. And one of the things that he said that was so just stuck with me forever and was that theater was the only art form that the writer, the actors, the audience, and the director created every night with each other.
Absolutely.
And then it could never be the same thing. And it was just this beautiful thing. And so it's always a different performance. And even if you say it exactly the same way, it's going to be different because it's different energy in the place. And I love live theater and I would spend all my money to go see him.
Yes, absolutely. It's when I go see shows in New York, it's a whole different. Now, Pittsburgh is a very accommodating city for the arts. Everyone is very supportive here and there's lots of theater here. But when you see something on Broadway, it's just a whole different game as far as audience reactions, and you just feel so alive in the moment with it, even being in the audience. But as a performer too, that absolutely feeds you and makes you want to really push it more and more and more. So when my friends have opening nights and stuff, they always invite me because I laugh loudly and constantly and I am not afraid to make noise. And so I will be sitting there laughing and you will hear me, and then they're, oh yeah, you get the audience going, and it's very helpful you know, you feed off each other's energy. So yeah.
So what I'm hearing is he should do something on stage and we're going to show up and just absolutely whip that audience up.
Yes. You know, at this point, if he does something on stage, he's going to sell out every performance anyway. Without being
100%.
you see how he sells out these con lines, you know?
Absolutely.
People want
hardest working man in show business.
He attracts everybody and everybody wants to be a part of his aura. Here's a quote from Bishop Spartan on IG. He did such an amazing job of bringing the emotion to that character, and not to mention how amazing his stage presence is. As a theater girly, he truly has my heart as Mickey. I know this is like a big deal in the story of Con O'Neill. This show is massive, and you know, his friendship with Willie Russell, he's gotten a lot of amazing roles from that. So
yeah,
very cool. And thank you, Willie Russell.
That's an 11 for me. It's 5s in the acting swag and the scene presence, but I just can't thirst over a literal child in the beginning of a show.
Okay,
it just doesn't work for me.
No, I gave the exact same ranking.
I'll give him 1 point for when
it's
he gets
Con
older.
O'Neill. It's Con O'Neill. But yeah, no, 5 in acting, 5 in presence. But yeah, the later character in the latter half of that arc is so tragic that again, it is not inspiring a lot of.
It's not a real panty dropper.
No.
and that's a good thing.
Yes. Which again, well done.
Yes.
I'll preface that with saying, oh yeah, no, the corpse, panty dropper.
Respect.
Yeah.
Look, just put a blindfold on me and we'll be fine.
Another one I'm going to have to agree with everybody else on. That's an 11.
Okay. I gave him a 12. I think he's cute. He thinks that maybe having thirst as a category is going to change up the rankings of all these roles.
Yes.
Definitely.
It definitely does, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, yeah. I might
we could do a system where we do one ranking with thirst included and one without.
No.
Okay.
Don't make Ringa do more math.
I mean, God, that makes me do more math too. No one wants that. Jesus
you gay to do all this math.
I did so many maths. All right, let's see. Okay, number 5. I am excited for this one. Number 5 is Jim from Midsummer Murders.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheese boy.
Cheese boy.
Jim.
Woo. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting to say, but so Blood Brothers, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube, and the soundtrack is available on Spotify. And then for Midsummer Murders, it's on Plex, Acorn, Pluto, Roku, and YouTube. There's so many weird streaming things for free that have odd names.
Yeah.
Midsummer Murders is kind of everywhere because it's the Law and Order of England.
Episodes.
Yeah, there's a bajillion episodes. So the synopsis of this episode is when Debbie Moffat is crushed to death with a giant round of cheese at the home of the world-famous Midsummer Blue, secret and controversial plans to modernize the dairy are revealed. Rumors about private lives of the parents cause a row at the prestigious local prep school.
A scandalo.
All right, so here we go with Cheese Boy Jim.
Cheese Boy Jim.
Going somewhere?
Away from here.
I thought this was your domain, your precious cheeses.
Not anymore. Greg's seen to that.
And now someone's seen to Greg.
Sorry?
I assume you know what this is.
Yeah, of course, I work with them every day.
They're pretty vicious looking.
You know they're only designed to go through cheese?
Not hearts. Greg Brantner was found dead this morning.
Oh my God. Well, I haven't been back to the dairy. I didn't know. I just want to make cheese.
He said the thing.
He said the thing.
Possibly favorite line of Cons in anything ever.
Also, just such a mood, man. I also just want to make cheese.
True. Absolutely.
Here is a long quote from Izzy, also known as Ender Raccoon on socials. And they sent me a long dissertation about Cheese Boy Jim. So here we go. First of all, plaster my fucking name all over this take. I need Con to know how insane I am about my beloved Cheese Boy. I absolutely adore Jim Caxton. I don't make cheese. He made this man so fucking autistic about cheese. I had absolutely no choice but to love him. Every time I watch Schooled in Murder, I find more reasons to love him. He's weirdly complex for a minor character, and it brings me great joy picking him apart and examining him like a bug. He's not dead. He faked his death and is living in a little cottage where he makes his own cheese to sell at the farmer's market because I said so.
Fucking right.
I love him so fucking
Hell
much.
yeah.
Even more than Izzy, which is really saying something. I stole his name. I just want to wrap that little guy in a blanket and let him info dump about cheese.
I've never felt so seen in media. If someone brought a whip out and hit him, then it would just be my lifestyle.
Yeah. So you're a combination of Izzy and Jim.
Yeah.
Throw Jim in a corset.
I love him.
I've seen a lot of people say that they would like Jim and his character Neil from Happy Valley to end up together because they're the two characters of his where he plays a timid little weirdo who, you know, honestly.
We love a weirdo.
We do, but most of his characters are very outspoken and aggressive and, you know.
I love when he's got that little tender heart under there that you see in a role. And I think that, you know, people get typecast, and I think he sometimes gets handed those growly roles because he's so good at them. And, you know, I'm not complaining.
No,
but he's also very good at sad autistics that just want to make cheese.
Yes, he's so good at
range,
just
baby.
Cheese with his little plaid shirt,
just a weird little guy,
and his glasses. I love Cheese Boy Jim.
We all have a bit of Cheese Boy Jim in us.
Yes, or we should with too. Yes. What are your scores?
15.
That's woohoo.
I feel like I should be able to cheat and make that a 16 because I love Michael and I love Fidel, but there's cheese on the line, and I think that sort of levels shit up.
He might get a special consideration for cheese. We'll see.
Does anyone have less than 15 for Cheese Boy Jim? Because I'll fight you.
I'm also going with 15 because, like, I mean, is he a little weirdo? Yes. Would I ride him like a pony? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Would I ride him like a Holstein? I think is more appropriate.
Okay, but he has a 14 from me because
you're wrong.
Rude.
I docked him a point for scene presence in this one because he is this timid guy, you know. And yes, we pay attention to him and everything, but this is an intentional thing. His character is a little more subdued, but you know,
he's so cute.
He's so cute. I just want to squeeze him.
I actually have to agree with Ringa. He has a 14 for me.
That's fine. You know, look,
so
Irene, more cheese for us.
More cheese for us.
Yes.
Cheese threesome right now.
I'm in.
Look,
you, me, Jim,
saying,
and a room full of fucking cheese.
I'm not going to say that I have literally chosen which orgies to go to based on the strength of their cheese platters, but I haven't not
That's
done
very
that.
important.
No.
Very important
Respect. What are you going to do? Go in and it's nothing but fucking orange cheddar and Swiss?
Yeah.
No,
do not fucking cube that stuff from the grocery store. I need you to go to a cheesemonger. I'm supposed to give my body to you, and you're trying to give me cold.
Exactly. What the fuck? No, thank you.
Fuck off, stranger.
All right, moving on to number 4, which is Peter from Dancing Through the Dark, which is available on YouTube.
I knew a girl and she used to say she would give me the world someday. I went to hold her but she turned away, left me dancing through the dark. Dancing on your own just don't seem right to me, but if you want to be alone, you've got the right to be. Oh, I remember when you held on tight to me, dancing through the dark. It's cold on the street tonight. Won't you hold on to me tonight? It's cold on the street tonight, but I can make you feel the sun still shining.
Oh, Peter. He does a lot, I think, in the scenes where he's on stage and this singing. He still does a lot of acting, especially facial acting and whatnot. In this scene, he's making significant eye contact. He's pining loudly.
Only a very sweet little twig can do.
Seriously.
Oh, he's so cute though, with his little earring and his jacket and his woman's boots.
There's a picture of my husband from his first bachelor party where he is legitimately in women's boots, and he swears that they're not. But those are women's boots. Honey.
Why not? Who cares? I wear men's shoes exclusively, and I
do too. The problem is him insisting that they're not, and that they were men's boots. And I was, you got sold ladies' boots, and there's no shame in that, honey. Yeah. But those are lady boots.
It's fine. All right. So somebody online says, Peter has officially given me brain rot, and goddamn, I am swooning violently. He is a sweet little guy, and I love this movie so much, and I just love to hear that Scout's talking, and they're just
got pretty boys.
Yes, they do. I am such a simp for older, shorter Northern Englishmen, and that is something I would come to terms with.
To a wall.
I have realized in recent years that every guy is Northern and short, and
I love a short. I love a short, hairy king. That's my
Plus, it almost guarantees that they're a socialist, and listen, and
they're going to be good in bed. It's required.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Those are mandatory elements, mandatory prerequisites to me fucking you. Are you a socialist? Are you good in bed? Let's go.
Will you bring me cheese?
Will you bring me cheese? Yes. Fantastic.
Bonus points.
So this is a fun story. This is a very 90s movie. Everyone was in leather jackets, and not all of them were in lady boots, but enough.
The hot ones were.
Enough. We had a lot of hair going on, and yes. But I love his little earring. It's super cute. Sweet. And he sings the songs himself, of course, and they're lovely.
Beautiful.
I mean, it was 1990, so
I'm right ways.
Yes. I mean, it's not the 80s, but it is.
It was 1990
is the 80s.
I mean,
it probably was shot in the 80s. Yeah, that's true. It was shot in the 80s.
That's true.
It came out in 1990. But honestly, you have to give a year on either direction for bleed through for style.
Yes. Listen, the first 3 years of any given decade are just the previous decade.
What is time? We don't.
What is
time, dude? Please, someone tell me.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, did I read the synopsis of this? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. Tell us. Tell us what we watched, Ringa.
Tell us what you watch. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, a group of girls and local lads venture out for a night of pre-marriage stag and hen party celebrations. Ironically, both sexes end up partying at the same Liverpool disco, Baranski's. Linda, the bride-to-be, runs into her old boyfriend Peter on the eve of her wedding to her fiancé Dave.
And I fucks her from stage.
Yes. And she fucks him back very much.
I mean, you'd have to. That's just polite.
There's a lot of scenes in this movie that take place in bathrooms.
Yeah.
Just a fact. Just an interesting tidbit. A lot of bathrooms.
Behind the scenes that weren't expecting.
I feel this is something that happens when you're a writer. You write a script, and all of a sudden you're going through it and you're like, why did I put everything in the fucking bathroom or the kitchen or the hall? Why?
It's actually probably more along the lines of we actually lost our original venue. And so we don't have that room that we needed. So we're going to have to do a lot of these scenes in the bathroom.
I mean, when it's set in a club, a loud, busy club,
True.
There's minimal places. Yeah, you can go to have a conversation because they go in the bathrooms and on the roof. That's the places they have their serious conversations in this movie. But it's nice. We have a nice rooftop scene with some sexual tension and some cigarette smoking and he takes off his leather jacket and gives it to her.
It's been so long since I've seen this movie. He's so good in everything he does.
Accurate. When people ask me what they would know Con from, I'm like, well, if you don't live in England, you might not, but because he's in every damn thing from England, and he's in all their shows. that are popular, but this is the one that seems people, from England are like, oh yeah, he's the guy from Dancing Through the Dark. All right, give me your scores for Peter.
That's a 9 for me.
Whoa.
I think he's lovely, but I don't do twinks.
He is
very sweet, cute little twink, and that's not my type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful singer.
I gave him a 10 for similar reasons. He's lovely, but he's a baby. I want to sit him down and make him some tea.
Yes.
Well,
his score can be improved by bringing me cheese.
I also gave him a 10.
All right, I gave him a 13. I don't know why. I just
You're a pretty boy.
I do love a pretty boy, yes, for sure. I don't know, just something. He has a lot of eyebrow action in this movie, and he does a lot of facial things that I enjoy very much. And yes, I love a man in ladies' boots. Just love it.
Apparently, I do too.
Yeah, you do too. Yeah. All right. We're down to the top 3, which I'm sure that you probably could guess which the top 3 are based on what we've done so far. But we'll pretend that you can't. And
what? No way. Never would have guessed.
Right?
What?
All right. So
Numero 3.
So number 3 is Joe from Telstar.
Aww.
Our complicated
man.
So the synopsis is, set against a backdrop of early 60s London, Telstar is the story of the world's first independent record producer, Joe Meek, a maverick genius who enjoyed phenomenal success with Telstar, the biggest selling record of its time, before bad luck, depression, heartbreak, and paranoia led to his downfall. All right, so here comes the clip.
Why have you stopped?
What the fuck was that silly noise?
Oh, that's just for the intro.
It's bollocks.
Why aren't you playing?
We're going to Yarmouth.
What?
You still got the piano, whatever the fuck part is to put down yet?
For your information, Jeff is on his way to play the keyboard.
Jeff? That daft prat?
How dare you?
All that song from Beyond the Grave bollocks, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, but it happens to be true.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what is true. As MU Debt for this band, I am truly calling this recording session to an end. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not letting everyone copy it just because you've got some silly bollocks idea that sounds like a lump of dog shit. Right, go on, lads, we're going. What?
You ungrateful bastard! Right, go on then, fuck off, you fat bitch! And you communist cunt!
Sorry, strictly speaking, I'm not really a member of the...
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
Oh, you got your new suit?
Yeah, do you like it?
It's lovely.
Yeah, pucker, innit? Tough.
Like that tie, that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
You must bring an umbrella, it might rain, you must watch your hair.
All right, Mum. No, you're right. I don't want to get my hair fluffy. Yeah, all right then, see you.
Bye.
Bye, guy. Gotta fly.
Don't he look stunning?
Very smart. Jeff is on his way.
Good.
Oh, Joe.
No, Joe.
Great little clip, I think, because it shows how versatile he is in this role.
True.
Yeah.
He goes from 100 to 0 pretty quickly.
It's from screaming obscenities down hallway to, ooh, tea. I want to fuck that guy.
Right?
It's going on.
But again, sorry.
Leans on the door and he's
relatable.
Oh,
relatable.
So angry and so needy.
So horny. Yeah.
I don't know. Is he angrier in this or as Izzy? Because both of them have a
different kind of anger.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but they're both about his perception of other people's incompetence.
True. but I also think that Joe is much more fulfilled. He is actually going after his artistic. His sort of autistic. You know what? Maybe.
Little column A, little column B.
Little column autism, a little column artistic. He's the real Joe Meek was an absolute pioneer of music, and there's so many things that we have today that would never have occurred without him. And at the same, but he lives in this world that is not friendly to who he is as a person, and I think that is going to build up anger, and it might not be it might not come out in where you'd expect it to. You know what I mean? He picks where he's angry. I remember in the scene where he's in the police station, he's crying. He's not angry there. And so for Joe, in all the scenes where he's angry, it's in a place that he's safe to be angry. If you ever notice, if he's in a situation where he's the one that's vulnerable, he's crying and he's sad and he's hurt. And I always thought that was a really beautiful way to play the character.
He cries a lot in this too, and it's beautiful every single time. God, he can do emotion so fucking well. I can't even.
It always feels so raw.
It does. It
Yeah.
is. He cries with his whole body. It's not just, he's got some tears that someone put in his eyes, off scene.
Well, and it never looks quote unquote dramatic. It's not that
it's real.
I'm doing this motion for a big punch. It really is. You said it's very real. It's very true to the character and very. So I love
restraint even when it's out of control.
Yeah.
Even when it's out of control, there's restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And one of the things that they talked about with this actor was that you could see him thinking behind his eyes. The camera could photograph thought.
Yeah.
And might be my favorite just pure acting that I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read 2 quotes for you. This first one's anonymous. It says, in terms of a tour de force of acting, it has to be Joe Meek from Telstar, a very complex character, and he absolutely carries the movie from beginning to end. His performance is proof he can do both comedy and drama with excellence. Okay, this is from Frog/Basilica, who is at Frog Scream on Twitter, and they wrote, Joe Meek is a role that, in my opinion, could have so easily ended up being either exaggerated or kind of disrespectful towards real Joe Meek's memory, but Khan absolutely nailed it. He did a great job at playing the complexity and struggle of someone living with untreated psychological problems and in a society that constantly discriminates him for his sexuality. He played Joe so entertainingly bitchy, while at the same time somehow still conveying how a lot of people who knew Joe described him as likable and charismatic when he wasn't having a psychotic/aggressive episode. That overall they enjoyed working with him. More so, I think this is the first time Joe's story was told not solely focused on what an oddity of the British music industry, or B, an audio engineering genius/revolutionary to the music industry he was, but with a focal point on his identity as a queer man, the reason for one of the big blows to his career, and definitely contributor to why his contemporaries pretty much erased him from the music industry. I will die on this hill. Joe is a queer icon in audio engineering, the same way that Oscar Wilde is for literature or Alan Turing for computer science. And I only learned about Joe thanks to Khan's role in the Telstar play/movie. Despite me literally working as an event technician, how did they never once credit him in media school when we learned all the techniques and equipment he pioneered? I got absolutely fascinated by Joe, and having read up on him, I think considering all historical unclarity and artistic freedoms the movie takes, Khan's performance absolutely does Joe justice, because the overall feeling it leaves you with after just 2 short hours encapsulates so much of the beauty and tragedy and complexity that you see when you start researching about the actual Joe Meek. Fun fact for the podcast audience, Joe Meek sneaked the very first openly queer reference into British music with "Do You Come Here Often?" And then this one is from Gwiz_mystery on Instagram. And they said, Joe Meek literally have the same given name, same mommy boy love, same closeted queer struggle. It was his most challenging and rewarding period of time, playing him on stage night after night, not even mentioning the grueling weeks he went through performing for the film at his lowest he'd ever felt, and persevering. Mother, he has the range.
Amazing.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, and just he's talked a lot about how this was so emotional, and how could it not be, because he is having very opposite emotions constantly, and they're huge emotions. It's very rarely subtle. So that's exhausting emotionally and physically, and that, just for the movie is one thing, but to do this on stage every night, I can't even imagine the emotional toll that would take on you. Insane, absolutely insane that he could
every night run a fucking marathon.
He's just so talented.
He is.
Really,
it's
truly
incredible. And this one is one of the ones I always recommend first to people, because I say, warning, there's a lot of shit going on here, and it's very upsetting if you can handle that.
Upsetting on a lot of levels too. I mean, if you're a queer person, it's going to tug on you in some places that are really uncomfortable and really going to make you sad. And and I think that's part of why a lot of us connect to it.
But he does have his shirt off a little bit here, and
stunning titties in this
stunning,
incredible.
Yes,
just the titty game.
The
is
jiggle,
so
the jiggle,
beautiful,
and the belly. He's got the belly in this too. We love the belly.
Yeah,
we do love the belly.
The belly, yes.
He's very Rubenesque, medieval portrait looking.
One of my favorite moments if you aren't sure if Khan is a good actor, all you have to do is the scene where he's singing and he's singing off key, because for him to sell that is some fucking acting right there, because, that's impossible.
When I watched season 2 with a friend of mine, when he came out and started singing, and she was not familiar with any of his work, and she looked at me and she said, "Why does he sing like an angel?"
Because he can.
People often sing differently than they speak, but I don't know, probably because of how his voice is. I think people expect something totally different than his.
You're expecting a bass, and it's this beautiful, clear tenor that's just gorgeous.
It's so lovely.
Very lyrical.
Amazing.
That's a voice that was made for musical theater.
It's such a sweet voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get this man back on a stage.
Get him back on stage. We will give you so much money.
So much money. I don't even have money, but I'll give you some.
Literally, I'll quit my job, and my new job is just seeing that show.
You must score him. I will tell you, this is my first 15.
This is a 14 for me, and it's just because he gives bottom energy.
He does.
I need to be the bottom. He gets simp energy. He's very simping for Hines, and I need to be the only simp.
Oh no, see, I love the bottoms. Love them. But also, any kind of possible points that might be taken away for thirst are replenished by his tits.
His tits are truly
bodacious.
Yes.
But this is my favorite pure acting. So it's 10 across the acting board, but I just bottoms are a lot of work.
I also gave him a 14 because while I would love to hang out with him, I feel like just neither of us wants to fuck each other.
It's a 15. I mean, we're both bottoms, but we could figure something out. And
that's why they make double-ended dildos, my friend.
Bottom for bottom.
Bottom for bottom. Excellent.
Ass.
I can't remember if I said this is on Roku or not. I am so well organized on this paper.
No, you got it.
Comes to my special interest, Ringa.
All right, number 2. Woo! All right, you guys probably know which 2 are the number 2. What order are they in?
That's the question.
That's the question. I bet you can probably
have my
guess.
suspicions.
You can probably guess. All
I
right.
think I know who number 1 is.
Number 2. Wouldn't it be funny if the number 1 is not at all who you think at all?
It's like completely right.
Yeah.
The number 1 is
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, it's him from One Summer.
It's that one character no one's heard of. Number 1.
So good. Okay, number 2.
It's the stepdad and that creepy one.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Okay,
yes.
no, I'm sorry, but that does it for me.
It does it for these freaks.
Yes.
But in general, yes.
When he says I'm old enough to be your dad, it's you are. All right, number 2 is Cliff. Cliff from Cucumber, which is available on Freevee, Peacock, and Prime. All right, let's see here. So the synopsis I found is, after causing a man to commit suicide over a misunderstanding and receiving a proposal from his long-term boyfriend, sexually repressed Henry has a breakdown and leaves home to move in with work colleague Dean and love interest Freddie, both half his own age. Meanwhile, his ex Lance finds new love with Daniel. Modern life for gay men in the city of Manchester by the mind behind Queer as Folk writer Russell T Davies. So that's also an interesting synopsis. Yeah. It's not wrong. No. There's just a lot going on, but here we go.
I'm not going home. I said to Lance, I'm not ready. It's just dinner. He's booked that saisons at the Ramsey. Do you know it?
Christ, I want to fuck that, Freddie.
I know.
I'm in bed over and fuck that arse all night long. Can you imagine his face when he comes?
So do you have drinking?
Oh, it's just the one. Oh, you got it so right, Henry. Leave your boring boyfriend for that hot, fit,
fucker, it's inspired.
It's not like that, not really. I'm not sleeping with him.
Oh, I know you're not.
He's only 24. It'd be ridiculous.
Not for me.
Right. Time to go. Where you parked, I'll walk you there.
Cliff.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's a couple quotes. I'm fully convinced Russell cast Con as Cliff because he didn't need to act, just show up on set and be himself. And we have, I adore that horny devil Cliff.
Nice.
Cliff is my favorite character, and yeah, I asked Con to name my car and he named it Cliff, and it's so perfect. And then I realized after the fact that my car is kind of a dark eggplant color, which is fantastic because I want Russell to make another series in this, called Eggplant that's about Cliff. And I've been to him. I've pitched that to Russell many, many times on Instagram, and he always likes it.
If you can find a potato character, you could make a moussaka trilogy.
Well, it's already a trilogy because we have cucumber, banana, and tofu so far. And then, eggplant is the natural next step, and of course that's Cliff.
That's like less moussaka.
Could be a moussaka with dessert.
There, yes, a nice fried banana split,
or a mango banana lassi or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I put tofu in my smoothies. So.
Oh, there you go. I mean, tofu can go in the moussaka.
It can, absolutely.
I am not. I'm a vegetarian, so
I make a really beautiful vegetarian moussaka. And I make a pine nut tofu cream for it.
Ooh. Yes, I already asked you to marry me. Cliff has my whole heart. I love him. He is so horny and dirty, and I love that. And then he has a heart of gold, and he is so there for his friends, and he will do anything for them. And his scene about the jail and the pen is just the hottest thing that's ever happened to my life. Amazing, and he just looks so fucking beautiful in this show. And he's
one of the things I love about Cliff is that so often the really sexual characters are sort of demonized. It's a bad thing.
Yeah,
and he's wonderful. He's a wonderful character. It's not, oh, he's really horny and also he's a bad person.
Right.
Or he's really horny and that's his fatal flaw. No, he's really horny and he's fucking great. And you should hope you have friend him.
He feels so much a lot of my friends because I love horny people. I am a horny person. And so I surround myself with extremely horny people, and they're just fucking delight. This is the key. This is the key.
But also a character. Yes. But and then he goes and he gets, Harry's job back. That line about it's not our job to prove that assault happened or discrimination happened. It's your job to prove that homophobia doesn't exist. Good luck with that.
Which again, this again, I think is very much in keeping with my experience of horny people, because the horny people who I am surrounded by are it reflects not just sort of a generalized horniness. It reflects a kind of attitude towards life that sort of
passion.
Yeah, a passion and just a sense of more and a willingness to sort of go out of your way and do things and experiment and explore. And fight for your friends when you need to. I think that comes with it. Yeah.
And
which is the theme of the show that I just finished writing that I want to make.
Oh, exciting. I will say this role is frustrating in that it is a sex scene where he doesn't take off his top at all.
Bullshit.
Or
that is bullshit.
Nor do you see his butt, and
come on.
Sad.
That's not fair.
But you do see his orgasm face later on in the show, so it kind of makes up for it.
This is worth a good deal. It's fair.
A little bit, yeah.
Fair trade.
Cliff, I love you.
Amazing. Did anyone not score 15 for him?
I gave him 15, yeah.
I gave him 15. Yeah, 15. So I think that's pretty obvious.
Come on.
I feel like most want to hang with.
Yes, absolutely.
He's so cool.
Absolutely.
And no matter what happened, you'd have fun.
The pants on the head. That was one thing when I got this car. I'll have to get a pair of pants to hang from the window, and I'm not doing it, but I want to. One of the first things that happened, this car is an old hand-me-down of a hand-me-down, and within a first week of me getting this car that had been worked on before it was safe for me to drive, something was making a weird noise, and I took it in, and they had to replace some part of the things where the wheels are.
The car pieces?
Yeah, the car pieces where the wheels are. They had to replace both of them in the front, the metal bits.
The wheel bits.
Yeah, I don't speak car.
The wheel, the technical term. No, the technical term is the wheel bits.
Wheel bits.
They did the wheel.
So they had to replace those, and our friend Yanni goes, "Oh, now it has titanium hips."
And I would to point out that I have been inside Cliff.
Oh yes, you have. So has Tessa.
See, we've just
not Maou though. Maou, we're gonna get you out of Texas one day.
Get you up inside that.
We're gonna steal you. Gonna steal you and put you inside
that eggplant.
Yes, excellent. All right, well then we have one more left, and can y'all guess who it is?
1, 2, 3. Val.
What? No.
I know, right? Shocking outcome.
Val got a full 1/3 of the vote, which is
as she fucking should.
Yes,
as she fucking should.
Fucking delightful.
Yes, this show is not really streaming anywhere, but hit Maou up or me if you'd like to put your eyes on it, because we can.
They have extremely legitimate means of helping you do that.
Yep, we only need your social security number and the last 4 of your credit card. Just kidding, just kidding.
And some nudes.
The elementary you went to.
Your pet. Yep.
Street you were born on.
Name.
That's it. It's a good way to find out. All right. The synopsis is
myself.
An amateur musician of stunted emotional growth is reluctant to take care of his young nephew. But as his reluctance grows, his other emotions begin to follow to the fore, meaning he may even become a better, more rounded person. This show is delightful.
Truly.
Even the episodes without Con, it's just a lovely show, and I highly recommend everyone to watch it. Roy Kent is in it, so just excellent.
He's very funny, too.
Yes, he's very funny. All right, here we go.
Oh. Right! And that is how it's done.
Stop flirting with my dad. I brought you here so you could show him how shit divorce is, not slinking around like Jessica Rabbit.
Trust me, if I was flirting, you'd know about it. Oh, and FYI, I'm more of a Cruella de Vil kind of girl.
Just leave him alone. I'm trying to save my parents' marriage.
Oh, I get it. It's the guy in heels who's always a homewrecker.
No, that's not what...
If you want to see flirting, I'll show you flirting.
Who wants a smuggling nipple?
I've got 2 right here.
I knew that was the clip.
I mean,
so many beautiful. There's I have to change myself for anybody.
Right. It had to be the slippery
and we just
nipples.
got the same
slippery nipple.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a bunch of quotes about Val from people. He's not taking any of your shit, but he's also got a chest bursting with love for Gwen and a select few others, and you'd be fucking lucky to be one of them. Also, tits and heels. And another person is, this is from Sam, who is also known as Queer Magneto online. Val was a huge influence and comfort during my gender exploration / questioning / discovery, whatever you want to call it. To see a character played with such warmth and grace was profound. Val doesn't fit into a single damn binary, and neither do I. Coming out as non-binary for me was burning the rulebook I thought I had to abide by, and Val metaphorically lit the match. Which I love that. And then we have OMG. She is an icon and so beautiful, and one of the few con roles that didn't emotionally devastate me. And finally, Val is unapologetically herself. She supports sex workers. She's protective and fierce and loving, and she looks so good in every fabulous outfit she wears, which is so accurate. Val we as a fandom and Con 2 has used she, he, and they pronouns for Val, depending on what's going on. So I think that people have asked Con if Val's genderqueer, gender fluid, or whatever, and I think it's pretty flexible. So that's where that falls. But Val, I love her. And yes, she's all this, she's funny, it's a funny character, but also is very sincerely moving and protective. And that whole scene with the I refuse to change who I am is just incredibly touching, and what a sweet moment. And we get more pretty crying, and it's just lovely. And oh my God, can he wear a dress? There's the scene, if you haven't watched, where he climbs out a window, he climbs onto a chair and out a window wearing giant ass heels.
Yes,
It's impressive.
Yes.
Hello.
Relatable.
I would fall down the second I looked at those heels.
No, you just need practice. I could sprint with those motherfuckers.
That's what someone tweeted him about that once and said, oh, you climbed out this window in heels, and he was years of dance training. So
all in the calves.
Funny.
I asked him what Val's tattoo says, because it's hard to see it in the one scene that you can see it, which is the goth Susie Sue look with the, the
punk.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of covered, but it's there. And I asked him what it says. I said, do you remember what it says? And he said, yes, it says rock and roll over. And he said he came up with that, and he's so proud of it. It's a great fucking line. So yeah, I told that to Dolly. Well, Dorian and Dolly were both trying to come up with pixel by pixel. And
so normal.
Because, Dorian does the art and everything and does the cosplay. And Dolly was making Con a Val doll. So her Val doll that she gave him has the accurate tattoo on.
Yes.
But I said, this was before I did all the maths, but I said, I think Val's going to win by a landslide. Mm-hmm. And is there anything about Val that, you might want to add that hasn't been talked about before? And he said, probably the most uncomfortable I've ever been, ... Spanx.
Amazing.
And I said, I feel your pain. And then I said, well, the more uncomfortable thing would have been if they'd made you shave your chest. Thank God they didn't do that. And he said, it was talked about. I didn't want to, because the guy Val is based on was hairy. And I said, all right. Well, thank God, because that's...
It would have been a tragedy.
My other hairy-chested fave, Mark Ruffalo, has said he had to shave his chest for something once, and he said it itched him for a month. Don't get rid of that. That's
and just to the normalization of that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about Val and how she's our fave. Everything.
I love Val. The character is so special because I look, and it's never a joke. Never the butt of anybody's joke.
Yeah.
That often the person that has it more figured out than anybody in the room.
Yeah.
And is willing to help anyone else figure it out too. And I just look and I think, if I had known a person like that when I was a young person, I just think how much easier my life would have been earlier. And I think that that's one of the powers of media, is that you see these characters and, maybe it's a bit parasocial, but you form these relationships with your characters that you care about. And I think that's a really good, important character for young people to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Con is always very demanding about these kind of characters of his not being comedy. Val's character is funny. Izzy, in drag had some funny moments, but it wasn't, you were laughing at him, because
they're never the
butt
butt of the joke. They're never the butt of the joke. They're in on the joke.
Him in piece of work where the character that he was playing was treated with cruelty in a way that was played off as comedy.
Right.
And so I think one of the things that we see throughout his performances, but I think especially in Val, and I think some of the performances that we feel particularly strongly about, is the kind of compassion that he has for these characters, which I think is such an important part of portraying these characters in a way that is human and humane. Yeah, and I think we can really see that here, and that's sort of like what makes them so rich.
Empathy.
Yes.
And that empathy towards the character, that's, you said compassion and stuff. It makes the character more real, and it makes people that relate to that character understand that that's a way that they can also be treated, that they don't have to,
You're not relying on stereotypes. You're not playing sort of a broad and sort of gestural figure, which I think is very possible sometimes. Yeah, it's not a caricature. Instead, it's I think he creates a person. And it feels he's really thought about it. He really understands the person's motivations, because, It's very, very rare to find somebody who goes out and is, I'm going to be a villain, or I'm going to be, this.
Yeah.
It's, people are people, and people have reasons for the things they do and reasons for the ways that they react. When I watch him in a role, I feel that. Even if I don't know exactly what is behind it, I have that impression of a whole, rich human being.
Yeah, you see that he's done the work. It's not, the work isn't showing up and doing, your 14-hour shoot.
Yeah.
That's work, but most of the work is done on your own with a notepad and by yourself, or with the people that are creating the work, and going over with them and saying, is it this, is it that, and puzzling it out. That's the real work, and he shows up for that work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's never just a flat character. He always brings his genuine self to each role that he plays. And it just makes everything just so good.
Yeah, it's lovely to watch him. So, what is everyone's favorite Val outfit? I know that's tough.
I love her in the fringe jacket.
Oh yeah, call back to Peter.
Yes.
I know, it's really, I love the goth outfit. I really love that long white dress thing. I don't know. She did with the hair down. That's the other thing, is the hairstyles. A different wig for everything, and it's beautiful.
I want that. Fuck.
Khan wears fine dress as well.
Oh, yeah.
And his legs are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Always. Yes.
I love the one we saw in the clip because she's got her titties out, and it's just but also too, it's not extra femme. It is a very non-binary look, because you've got this hairy chest, but you've got the makeup, and you've got sort of this middle of the road hair, and at the same time absolutely beautiful, just gorgeous, just stunning. And you know what it is? It's because she looks happy.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love that.
Irene read my mind, because that's like exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's so good. She looks, and the one with little headscarf and the overalls too. God,
yes, like the Rosie the Riveter look.
Yes, so beautiful and everything. All right. Well, is anybody's score not a 15 for Val? We did that. Yeah, and it's going to be 6. So, okay. Well, before I give the winners, I would to do the list of honorable mentions. These had votes, but not enough. So we have Ian from Pie in the Sky. Yeah. We have Sean from The Box, which is one of those audio stories that's from, what's it called? Big Hammer. Really good. That was a really good one. And it was scary to listen to, because
I also don't know that. I'm excited. I'll have to find that.
Oh yeah, I can send it to you. There's 2 of them that he's in, but that one is the one where he's the lead. And it's a story about going into this box and being submerged in water. They're training for submarines or something. I don't remember these days. But terrifying. You have to go into the box and be submerged as part of your test so that you can keep your cool. It is terrifying. I hate it. It's scary. And then things happen, without giving it away. It is, and he sells the hell out of it, and it's terrifying. So yeah. And we have Victor from Chernobyl. Shout out to the hair.
Shout out to Khan for letting them perm his hair.
Honestly.
Yes. Oh my God.
Good choice.
Did you see the tweet from Rowley that said that he came over and gave Nathan a signed picture of Victor at some point? And
they had 2 different ones.
Oh God. And that Nathan looked at it and said, what am I supposed to do with this? Blow my nose?
God,
it's so fucking funny.
And Jose, we're all hoping that maybe we could get us a topless Izzy photo. I know he did ask for that, so I'm hoping that happens.
I mean, give the people what they want. All right, so we have Father from Persephone's Playground, which is a really good short film.
Yeah.
Fergus, Life of Crime. I'm sure you all can guess who voted for him. Harry from Vengeance is Mine. Chief Bach from The Batman. Jerry from Learners. Angel from 3 Steps to Heaven. And Troy from The Last Seduction 2. Nobody.
What's his character name in the other audio?
The really aggressively sexual
Kisses in the Dark.
Listen, I was out. Okay, I had heard that it was very sexy, and I was out for a walk in the coolies, and I'm just going to listen to this. But no. I thought it was sexy in that people, obviously, we find his voice very hot. And then I put on this fucking podcast, and 3 seconds in, I have Con O'Neill moaning in my ear, and I'm just, oh, okay.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah. What is his name in that, Maou? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm trying to pull it out. I don't remember.
It's something pretty normal, but I don't remember. I love that, though. It's been a while since I should do a re-listen. I was listening to that at night in the dark as I was driving my Grubhub orders, and it was just lovely to have it on surround sound in my car.
I also think we need to give an honorable mention to his video game work for Tissue Friend.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Supercut of all of him moaning about blood.
Well, see, this is what we need to do another episode for other roles, because there's definitely things that I want to talk about, but we
put that on over my car speakers, and I nearly drove my car into a tree.
I was walking in the coolies. I could have stepped on a rattlesnake at any moment. Yeah. No, this is fun.
Yes, I do want to be covered in blood, sir. Why are you asking me this? Yeah.
I was kind of surprised that Neil didn't get any votes from Happy Valley.
Kisses in the Dark. His name is John Tuss.
John. I was thinking Joe or Jim or something. It's something pretty normal. It's the most normal name.
Yeah,
John, how did I fucking forget that?
We need to do another one.
I have to remove myself from the fan club because I should have known that.
Well, I've listened to it too. I didn't know. I don't know shit.
It's because we listen to it so much, and it's very breathy and very upsetting and sexual, and it just fried our brains a little.
It did.
Join me in embracing being a dumb little sexy baby.
Yes. Okay, so our winners. So just to go real quick over what it was from the popular vote online, we had number 10 was Terry from Bedrooms and Hallways. Number 9 was Michael from Scarborough Ahoy. Number 8 was Fidel from Frank. Number 7 was Ralph from Criminal Justice. Number 6 was Mickey from Blood Brothers. Number 5, Jim Caxton from Midsummer Murders. Number 4, Peter from Dancing Through the Dark. Number 3, Joe from Telstar. Number 2, Cliff from Cucumber. And number 1, Val from Uncle. Now, our numbers, including Thirst Factor, have changed things up a little bit, but not so much. Not so much. With 41 points, we have Terry from Bedrooms and Hallways. With 42 points, we have Peter from Dancing Through the Dark. 45 points, Mickey from Blood Brothers. 46 points, Ralph from Criminal Justice. And our top 3-ish, because several of them are tied. Number 3 with 53 points is Fidel. You horny bastard. Put Fidel in the top 3.
I love that you're, hey, what giant freaks could we get for this podcast that would be, the corpse. That's the one.
Yeah. Number 2 with 58 points is a 3-way tie for Joe from Telstar, Jim from Midsummer Murders, and Michael from Scarborough Ahoy.
All right.
This is best voting I could not agree more with this list. I think it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And number 1 with a full 60 points is a tie, Cliff and Val, which I could have guessed would happen.
Yeah.
Although they have the exact same amount of points on our list, and Val was well ahead of Cliff on the popular vote. But yes, of course, those are his 2 most popular ones. They're amazing.
And we love
And don't you want to show where they are in the same series? Because I want to see those characters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So for Con, last year when I was doing his alphabet thing for his birthday and making collages for every letter of the alphabet, I asked him what his favorite role was, and he listed me about 15 things. And I was helpful. So I asked him
the assignment
yesterday. I mean, I get it. He loves all these characters, and that's why he picks them to play, So yesterday I was like, I'm going to ask you again for a favorite character or a top 3 if you can't pick just one. And he gave me 5, so that's a real improvement. So
good job.
All right, so in no particular order, he says, would you all like to guess what he said?
Val is definitely in there.
Yeah, each one.
I'm gonna say that Izzy's in there.
Izzy is in there. Next.
Maou?
I don't know. Fidel?
No.
Does he love the cheese boy as much as we do?
Does he? He does not.
He does not love
Fair.
boy because if he loved the cheese boy, he would love me because that I am, and so I would be in with a shot if that was one of his favorites.
Apologies,
Well-
I think there is a helicopter right over top of me. There's that noise.
I don't hear
Is Cliff in there? I feel Cliff would be
Cliff
in
is
there.
in
I
there.
hope so.
Cliff is
Joe?
one of
Is
his
Getting
Joe
his
in
dick
there?
sucked.
Yes. Yes. So Izzy, I feel the 5 he picked are the 5 that have been the most significant and impactful in his career.
Yeah.
Which is Mickey and Blood Brothers, Izzy
Mhm.
Hands, Joe Meek and Telstar, Cliff and Cucumber, and then he said, of course, Val fucking rocks.
Aww.
And then
he
he
does fucking rock.
And then he said, and many others.
Amazing.
So, does anybody have any fic recs based on any of Khan's other roles? It's okay if you don't.
I do not.
I have 2 short ones I'll tell you about real quick. One of them is called, where'd it go? Yep. This one is called Hand in Hand in Hand by Greater Porpoise. It is an AU where Izzy and Val are twins, I believe. The summary says, any other day he'd pick a fight with her condescension, but today he cleans her cuts and covers her bruises, knowing she'd do the same for him in a heartbeat.
That sounds like a hurt comfort fic, and I like
It is. It's
Yes.
only about 600 words. It's very quick and it's very adorable, and I love it. And then the other one is also short. It's also only about 600 words. It's by Dorian They, and it's called A Bone for a Bone. And it features Cliff Costello and Rowan, Nathan Fode's character from Newark.
Amazing. Yes.
And it is as expected, set in a bowling alley. And so it's amazing, hilarious, very funny, very quick. So we will wreck those 2. Yes. And then the only other thing is, where can we find you? What are you working on? Tessa!
You can't find me unless I'm haunting you because I'm a very sexy ghost.
Very sexy ghost.
Very nice.
Irene?
You can find me mostly on Instagram, but also on Threads and Twitter under the same name, _Irene_Adler. And I just finished a pilot script that I am absolutely head over heels in love with, and I'm going to be doing rewrites of that over and over again until I make that happen.
Yeah. You get it. You show it who's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maou, what are you working on? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Con_O'Neill Stan and also on Discord. And I'm currently working on a whole bunch of new filmographies for a whole bunch of different actors.
Oh, nice.
So-
I love that. That's very exciting.
So more content coming soon.
Yeah, we love that. All right. Well, I'm Ringa. You can find me Ringa-sun, RINGSUNN, on everything. I'm the same name. And I don't know what I'm working on, but right now I'm working on making stuff for my upcoming convention, Still CityCon. But by the time this comes out, that will be over. So I hope you came and saw me.
Be working on the next episode where we do this again, because this has been the most fun of any of these.
It has been super fun. I had a great time. Yeah. So definitely that is something I'll be working on, is more of this between Omegaverse and Han.
We've got Omegaverse Part 3 coming up.
Yes. I'm having the best time. So
Can I be on that one?
Yes. You want to meet Dr. Omegaverse?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Dirty little Omega.
Thank you, Carly, for creating this podcast and for letting
We love you,
like
Carly.
us play with it.
Go let her out of your trunk, Ringa, or at least give her some water.
Oh my God, I forgot about her in there. Oh, yeah, I better go give her some air.
Uh-oh.
It's really fucking hot today.
Holes in the trunk, didn't you?
No, it was raining. Come on. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being on my first hosted podcast thingy.
You're amazing, Ringa. Thank you for
Thank you for
I have to
having
do.
me.
If you want to prove to people that Our Flag Means Death still is a thing that people like and want to see more of, you should follow Our Flag Means Fanfiction, all one word, on Instagram. And they post memes and updates about episodes and all kinds of fandom news and stuff. And it's very delightful. So go follow that and listen to all our other episodes. Thank you. Bye-bye.